Hey, sorry I'm late. I had some trouble with my camera. Oh, and now I'm potentially muted here. What's the deal? Am I muted? Can you guys hear me? Let me make sure I'm. There we go. Unmute. All right. So I think you can hear me. I'm having some technical problems today, so sorry about that. Couldn't get my right camera to work. I'm wearing a France hat today in honor of the French president visiting our country today. So Macron is in the house today. So I don't really follow all that stuff. I just needed a hat today, and it happened to be a good occasion for it. So guys, today I want to talk about checklists, and I am loading up a new checklist. I've just revised the most important checklist in our system, which is the creative financing step-by-step checklist. I just revised that, so I'm posting that. I'm going to put it up on the ourwolfpack.com. So remember, most of you guys have internet access. You have a coded access to that ourwolfpack.com site, and so you can access any of the materials through your phone or your computer at any time, the scripts, the videos, and all that. And so I'm just going to put up a brand new step-by-step checklist that I just revised for the pretty house. You know what we call this deal. So many names for it. Creative financing, pretty house, cash flow deal, buy and hold deal. But seller financing, creative financing deal. That's what this is. And there's 35 steps to it. And I want you guys to understand all the steps. And there's even a little part at the beginning that talks about making sure you're all set up with your business. So this is an awesome checklist. I just revised it with all the new information. So I want you to access that. If you have your code, give it a couple hours. But in a couple hours, you're gonna go up there and download this new checklist. I'm gonna put some more new stuff up there too. But this is important because it's really guides you through the whole business. A checklist. My motto is, and the secret to success is, and I'll repeat this till I'm blue in the face, is the secret to success is stick to the steps, and that's in this checklist. Stick to the scripts. And the checklist even says when to say certain scripts, and then stick to your schedule. And that's the key too. Do you have a posted schedule? Do you know when you're supposed to be doing your real estate investing? That's a key foundation for your success, is having good time management. And a lot of us struggle mightily with time management. The best way to solve your time management problems is write your schedule out very clearly. I'd like it to be 7 hours at least per week, but 4 hours, you could probably do it in as little as 4 hours per week. And, write it out and post it and follow it and make sure everybody in the house can see it. Commit to that schedule. So that's part of your checklist. On this checklist, the 35 item checklist, this makes sure you don't make any mistakes, and it makes sure you go, do enough marketing to get the great leads, find the great leads, develop them correctly, and get one deal a month. That's really what it comes down to. Everybody here should be closing one deal a month over the next year. So what does that mean? That means like 10 deals. The goal is 10 deals minimum by the end of next year. So you got about a month here for December, and you can make sure everything's in place and get that checklist and make sure you've done the top 7 items, because then everything that is important is already in place, so you can attack those 35 items below. And so 16 days to a big paycheck. We made a new really cool timeline that you can follow. You know what? Maybe I'll put that up there too. That's a really good timeline. It gives you a good explanation of what you have to do. It sort of lays out the 35 step-by-step checklist items on a timeline. So it's actually, you know what? That's a great idea. I think I'll put that up there too. So go up to your ourwolfpack.com in a couple hours and look at the new creative financing deal checklist. Very important for following your business. And also, I'll put up the timeline if you haven't seen that timeline yet. Okay, and that breaks it down how in 16 days you're in the creative financing world, in this business, the pretty house business, you're 16 days from a big paycheck. You know, if you talk to a seller today who's motivated, you 16 days from now or quicker. Actually, if you don't have to wait till the open house, sometimes you'll put it up on. This could really be about 10 days to a big paycheck. If when you put it on the market, you get a lot of calls right away, which you will. So let's get going in this business. Let's follow the steps. Let's use this checklist. So if you do not have coded access, if you bought our system, like the What to Say and What to Do system a few years ago, and you didn't get online access to all the updates and everything on an ongoing basis, make sure you call the office. We've got two numbers. You can always call 888-RICH now, and that's always going to get addressed. So you can call, and if we pick up, great. If we don't pick up, we answer. You know, we'll get back with you quickly. 888-RICH now, and then the other number that you can always call or text, and that's Dashel, our son, who you know works with us in a lot of different capacities. He's a multitasker. His number is 480-789-3649. So you should all know that and remember it and have that on your phone. If somebody could type that in the chat for me, that'd be great. It's 480, that's Dashel. We just call him Dash a lot of times, but Dashel, 480-789-3649 if you need to get access so that you can access this new checklist. Guys, we do this upgrade really cheap, so if you haven't got upgraded, if you still have the old What to Say and What to Do system, I want to get you the newest updates, and there's been a lot of updates in the last year, so if it's been a while, I want you to get on board with that. So this is the time to take action. So many people are sort of like not sticking to their schedule this time of year. Now is the time to make hay. There's so many motivated sellers out there, and there's 4 new opening calls. Okay, all right, that's another thing I'll put up there. That's another reason to get over there and open up your ourwolfpack.com. I'm going to put 4 new opening calls up there. There's 4 scripts for the 4 opening calls, and I've revised all of these recently too. The FSBO opening call, so that's a for sale by owner. Landlord opening call, you're calling landlords to buy their houses, okay? And then also off-market sellers. So if you're using any kind of marketing program or you're finding off-market deals, this is the call. This is the script to use to call off-market deals. And then your realtors. Realtors are bringing us so many deals right now, guys, and if you're not calling realtors, you're missing out in a huge way. Before, it was kind of a battle with realtors. You know, sometimes they'd get you something, sometimes they wouldn't, sometimes they'd be kind of irascible or difficult to work with. But now it's amazing the rhythm realtors are giving us. They're calling us back, they're bringing us deals. The last deal we just did was a realtor deal where we called a realtor, and that wasn't the good deal, but he had given us another deal. He said, but that's not going to work on this one, but you know what? I got this other seller this is perfect for. So again, realtors as well. So that's the new four new opening call scripts that you should be using. And remember, that's the cool thing about this type of business. You can, without marketing, without putting out, a lot of mailers and billboards and whatever, you can actually generate business just by picking up the phone. These people are advertising their house for sale. They're your candidate, they're your prospect automatically. So those are the 4 opening calls I want you to start making aggressively. If you did nothing but that, you'd do 1 deal a month. I mean, you do more than 1 deal a month. But there's a lot of other ways, and I want you doing social media. And we probably don't talk about that enough, but I sure hope you got your Facebook page up and you're working on that as well. Okay, so if you don't have your Facebook page and what we call your tech stack, write this down. My goal is to get my tech stack all lined up by January 1st. Okay, so get your tech stack. So what does that mean? What's your tech stack? It's your Facebook page for sure. Join a bunch of Facebook real estate related Facebook groups. That's important too. Get on LinkedIn and get on Meetup and put the right profile in there. Make sure your profile, the first line of it says, I buy and sell houses all around the area, and I'm not your typical investor. I pay $1,000 for referrals. Okay, and I often pay full price. Make sure that's in there. I often pay full price. So that's how you get calls. That's how you spread the word. So get your tech stack up. by the end of this year. And if you have any questions about, that, we have a social media system. We actually have a system called social media marketing. And so if you want to have access to that system, let us know on that. That's also on ourwolfpack.com. So you could access that as well. So stick to your checklist. The new checklist is going up today. And let's really get rocking and rolling, guys. We got a month to really prepare, make sure our tech stack, make sure we're all set, get marketing out there. And you can always be making calls. Everybody should be making those 4 kinds of calls. Again, FSBOs, landlords, realtors, and off-market properties. So everybody should be just doing that automatically. At least an hour or 2 of that a week will probably give you more business than you can handle, but then also social media and the other aspects. All right, so great brunch with Brian. I'm sorry I missed you guys over the last few days. I was busy running another event, so I miss you, but I'm glad to be back, and I'll be back tomorrow. And all this stuff we cover here is so important to keep your head on straight and keep your eyes focused in the correct direction, right? Okay. All right, guys, so let's do our deep breathing. Oh, what's our affirmation for today? I'm going to stick to checklists. Okay, that's how you run a business. You stick to checklists. So that's going to be our affirmation. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I stick to checklists. I stick to checklists. I stick to checklists. We always do it 3 times. Okay, so now let's do our deep breathing. Nice deep breath in. Feels so good. It's always good to hold it a little bit when you get to the fully inflated. Yeah, and sometimes it's good to a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. That actually increases your lung capacity. You're like exercising your lungs. So nice deep breath. And then it's relaxing. So don't forget to relax your shoulders. Another deep breath in. And I sure hope you're doing this with me. Otherwise, I look dumb. So, okay. So join in. Have a great life, guys. Get engaged. Get engaged in your real estate in a big way. And until I see you tomorrow, keep expecting success, getting awesome training. Make sure you go on the ourwolfpack.com member site, put your code in, and get that new checklist that I'm posting today and those new 4 opening calls. Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow. And until then, keep expecting success, getting awesome training, and